Hi guys, do you like weapons? Some of you might do, but I do not mean that you say that you like guns. I mean that which weapons do you like? The ancient weapons. Well, the ancient weapons, they are the weapons like mace, clubs, bows, and some of them may share some things, but some of them are completely different. I'm talking about the some of the most popular weapons, the sword and the spears. The swords and the spears share a lot of things in common, but I will only tell you a few of them. Let's explore with me. Okay, so what they share is that they are both melee weapons. Have you ever heard of that word, melee? Melee weapons means that weapons that you use in close range, like the sword. You need to kill the opponent if you are close to her, she or he. And the sword and the spear, you also have to do that too, but you can throw the spears from a distance. Okay, so this is just a simple fact. The swords and the spear can be used from one or two hands. Yeah, because most of the ancient soldiers practiced using the swords and spears. They learned one hand first, like for or stabbing, and if they have a spear, they might use for thrusting. Talking of hurting the opponent, the swords and spears also have those common actions. The sword is for cutting things. Most people use knives to cut things now, but but in but centuries ago they used swords in combat and duels. Spears, on the other hand, rarely do, but they still cut things. Next is thrusting. Thrusting is the action that you push the weapon forward, and those ancient soldiers almost did. They they always stabbed and thrust things like that. So now next, they can be made in different materials. Like we all know that swords and spears might still exist now, but they are not too popular in the world because most weapons now are guns like that. So what are those ancient weapons made of? If they are ancient, they must be made of something plain, not too not too expensive like gold. The sword and the spear, it can be made from different materials like wood. You use the wooden sword for practice like that, and like bronze or metal. And most soldiers used bronze and metal sword and spear, so they can make more damage on the opponent. So don't be fooled if you just use wooden sword. It's just for practice, because the other weapons might broke broke the soldier's sword. And you know that almost no almost no soldiers use wooden swords, even even in the PCs. Okay, so I'll give you another thing. Being a soldier is dangerous, and thousands of, of people die because of war, and they're just not good for, they're not just for war, they can be good for exercise too. Well, you might not believe this, but the sword or the spears or any of the other Asian weapons can make your arm stretch. Yeah, stretch your arm so you can be more flexible. Like the bow. The bow, you need to stretch your arms to take the arrow like that. So now I'll tell you some of the common things that the swords and the spears share. The swords and spears um, have long history, have the same and long history of use in combat and symbolize strength and skill. So, do you know any of the others' weapons? Thank you for listening. Bye.